how do you stay insanely motivated on the 80-hour work week journey towards success and financial freedom? In this video, I'm going to show you how. Let's get right into it. There are 3 components. You need to master the science, and then you need to live the art of it. And those 3 components are the why, the belief, and then the how. Those are the 3. Let's get into understanding first the why. You have your reasons why you want to get your financial freedom. Those might not yet be written down, but you definitely understand what you don't want to live because you're experiencing it on a daily basis. But very often people have an easy time understanding what they don't want, but they have a very hard time understanding what they do want because they cannot see it. You see what you see, but if you keep seeing what you're seeing, you're going to keep receiving and having the thing that you see. You don't want to continuously see the life that you've got, so you've got to create a different vision. Where there is no vision, people perish. You don't want to perish with the current vision of what you can see right in front of you right now. So you've got to create a separate vision, the vision of how it's actually is going to look like once you are progressing on your journey or actually arriving at your end destination. It's okay for your biggest, huge, monstrous dreams to be a little bit far away. We overestimate what we can do in the short term, but we underestimate how amazing our dreams and how our lives are going to be long term as long as we take the necessary steps on a daily basis to achieve them. Don't overestimate the short term and don't underestimate the long term. But you need to write things down. Why? Why do you want to go through the hassle of becoming a massive success? Because it is a massive hassle. You have to understand when I tell you that it is a mess. It is like you literally go through hell to get to heaven, right? It's not all, roses and wonderful to build a business. It's not. But it's the journey you need in order for you to fulfill your true potential as a man. Okay? As a man, you have to learn to become or learn to go through hard experiences because it is a refiner's fire that makes you the ultimate version of you. Jewelry goes through fire in order to be molded into what the creator wants it to be. Are you willing to go through the hell to get to heaven? Well, you kind of have to. Why are you willing to do that? There gotta be some massive, huge dreams that would make it worthwhile where the returns, okay, not just from a financial standpoint, but just from a, wow, I can have that standpoint, would be 100x totally worth it compared to the risk that you take on of the hardships and the issues and the problems and all of the, friends lost and all that crap that you're going to have to go through. You have to write down what those dreams are so that it is worth it for you to go through this stuff. What are those? Write them down. I tell everyone to write down 100 dreams and goals. Small, big, tiny, big, hairy, audacious, it doesn't matter. Write them down. They don't have to be in specific order. You just have to start the process of being clear in your head of what should be on that list. You get to choose. That's what's cool about this universe, is that you literally get to choose whatever it is that you want. There will be consequences, okay? Now, so if you're a good person and you write down good things, you can have it. There will be consequences, and those consequences are pretty freaking awesome if you believe in karma, which I do. Right? If you write down a bunch of bad stuff, and like getting a Ferrari is not bad, okay? That's just neutral, something that's you might really, really want. And in that case, it's cool. It doesn't harm anyone for you to drive a Ferrari, okay? So write it down if that's something that you really, really want. So you got to understand that, but you can have it, but just understand that there will be consequences, good or bad. So if you're an evil person and you write down 100 dreams, then the consequences of you actually achieving those goals will be pretty intense and bad, right? But if you actually are a good person, and you pretty much are if you follow this channel, okay? You wouldn't have watched this far if you're a good person. So if you are a good person, write everything you selfishly desire on a list and create 100 of those reasons. What's going to happen? Are you always going to have this 100 reasons that you're going to go over every single day? Maybe you should. But over time, you'll notice that there are some dreams that are of higher priority than others. And those are the ones that you're going to begin to like funnel now towards the most important priorities that you've got in your life, which are maybe top 20 of those 100 goals. And then you'll eventually get down to 5, and you'll notice that maybe there's only 3 to 5 dreams that you, like your heartstrings just are wired towards it. And you're just like, man, I'm going to get this stuff, man. And no one's going to ever stop me from actually achieving these dreams and goals. No one. No one's going to steal my dreams. And I'm going to achieve them no matter what it takes. That's what you need in order for you to get through the 80-hour work week. If you don't have a strong enough why, you'll quit. You'll return back to the 40-hour work week doing your one job, and you'll forget all about Men of High Value, On Track, and everything that I am about. You want that? No, I hope not. Then you need to write down the 100 dreams. There's no excuse anymore. Pen and paper, write it down. And then sort through them to find the top 20 and then the top 3 to 5 that just massively just grab your heartstrings and makes you go, gosh dang it, this has to happen. And if you do not get that emotion from those 100 dreams or from those 3 to 5 dreams that you funnel towards, you gotta keep digging. If you're not feeling the heartstrings, you probably haven't done 100 dreams, you haven't filtered it to 20, and you haven't filtered it to 3 to 5. Because if you go through the hard work of finding the reasons and making that massive list, trust me, you'll have heartstrings at the end of it because it was difficult. It was hard to do. This is why joy at the end of the tunnel, when you're on the other side of success, through going through all that hell, all of that failure, is going to taste so sweet, so nice. You're going to love the successful life because you went through all that crap in order to get there. That's how success works. And the people that do become successful, they've gone through it, okay? And if they have a lot of riches and a lot of wonderful lifestyle and all that stuff, and they didn't go through this process, trust me, they're not happy, because relationships is what truly makes us happy, and their relationships are probably screwed if they didn't have to go through that refiner's fire, or they're going to lose it all eventually. Karma always wins. The universe always wins. So you going through that refiner's fire, you're going to have a fantastic life as a result of it. That's what I just want to share about the why. And it's the most important thing in this entire journey, because if you don't have the why, how can you stay insanely motivated to do nothing? You won't be able to. The why is the key, and it is the only thing that will help you to actually make a decision, and decision making is the only thing pretty much in success. You don't make a decision to actually become successful, you're not going to become successful. That's it. Period. That's you basically making a decision. I am not going to become successful because I'm indecisive. Do not be indecisive. Be decisive that you're going to become successful, and then strengthen that decision muscle until you actually arrive. All right, let's get over to number 2, belief. Belief. Okay, so when you plant a seed, okay, the why is the seed because it needs to grow and germinate and become better, stronger, and become a tree eventually, right? And that's the success. And by their fruits, you should know them, right? Okay, so you're gonna work, and then you're gonna bear fruit, and you're gonna be able to taste the success, right? Okay, amazing. Now understand that in order for that seed to grow, you need to water it, give it sunshine. You know, like take care of it, you know, take away the weeds and all that stuff. Guess what those weeds are? It's friends, okay? I call them non-friends. You need an environment that allows that seed, that why, to grow. Where you become more and more passionate every single day because you're beginning to see the vision open and become more and every single day, because in the past it's like blurry. I don't know if I'm going to become a millionaire, right? You might have that question, but the moment you begin to see other people that have gone through the same journey as you, and you actually are beginning to take the same steps that they took, you're going to be able to see the vision more clearly. Oh my gosh, this is actually possible for me too. Yes. Isn't that insane? Okay. So what you'll need is people who have actually succeeded in your specific industry. So you got to choose which industry you're going to be successful in, right? And this is part of it, is understanding what are the lifestyles of the people in each industry. You don't have to study all the industries, right? But study the four. There are 4 categories of how to make money online these days. And that's the only income I pretty much recommend, right? Once you got the local jobs and all that stuff, you got to build an online business. And the 4 ways are sales, content creation, software development, and trading. Like those 4 lifestyle, which ones do you resonate with the most? Because you got to get that industry and look at how they live their lives, and then you need to spend lots and lots of time with them. Understand how they think, understand how they breathe, understand how they walk, understand what they do with their time, etc., etc. Now, for example, if I wanted to be like Steph Curry, for some reason people keep calling me Steph Curry. I appreciate the compliment. It's freaking awesome. But if I wanted to become like Steph Curry, I got to do what Steph Curry does, right? So if he does 500 3-pointers a day and I want to be like him and do the type of stuff that he does, it's way too late for an NBA career for me, right? But if I wanted to become as good as he is, which I can still become, by the way, if he literally stopped taking 3-pointers for the next 10 years and I took the same amount of 3-pointers that he did over the past 20 years, in the next 10 years, I would be better than Steph Curry. Okay? Like, you got to understand that that's how life works. It's especially with, shooting, like, because that's kind of business related, because it's something you can actually train up. In terms of height, I can't do that. But in terms of shooting threes, I can actually do that if I wanted to. Now, it would be a complete waste of time for me to actually try to do that in my 40s of becoming just as good as Steph Curry. But you get my point? Like, this is what I'm trying to tell you, is that you need to have the belief that you can actually do it. And the belief comes from being around the people that have actually done it, and then seeing life and the world through their eyes, to the point where you believe that I can do it too. Because you can. So in the beginning, you're not going to believe it. You're going to write these 100 dreams down, and you're going to be like, no. This is not even possible. I can't do this, right? So if you have the why, but you don't have the belief, how valuable is the why really? So you have to borrow that belief from someone that actually will say, okay, and all the successful people will look down at you and say, like, you can actually do this. When we're talking business, when we're talking on those 4 categories, industries of online income, every single person who's made it in each of those categories, if they look at your, young mind and they're in front of you, and you're 20 years old and you're saying, bro, I'm going to do the 80-hour work week. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to do whatever it takes in order for me to get the kind of success you have and more. All of them, 100% of them who actually went through the grind are going to say you can absolutely and totally do it, but it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of, giving up and sacrificing, and all the stuff that you want to keep, but you got to get rid of it, blah, 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 blah. Like, you can. And you just need to remain in an environment where people believe in you and borrow that belief. All right. So now that we understand that, what's number 3? It's the how. Now, I'll tell you the how, because the belief aspect, it brings us back. It actually leads perfectly to the 4 habits that I teach people inside of OnTrack, and the things that we track as well in our OnTrack app. Okay, so as you participate in our community, you actually get access to a habit consistency app that's only available for them. And you get 4 habits in there. It's your personal habit, okay? And that has to be specifically chosen with your consistency coach. And that needs to be completely and utterly linked to the way that you're going to achieve your financial freedom. So it's different for everyone. So if you know your specific thing that you need to get good at, you're going to have your specific personal habit tailored to you, that's going to take you automatically to financial freedom if you did that thing every single day and scale it and get better at it and better at it and better at it, okay? If you did that personal habit every single day, you would be a master. Now, let me explain this again with the, same example as Steph Curry, okay? Whenever I shoot 100 threes, or, I choose a free throw, whatever it is, if I shoot 100 threes, I can know for a certainty and a fact that Steph Curry went through that specific journey. Like the same journey of me, okay? I'm like standing there, shooting. Oh, I missed, okay? Shooting. Dang, I'm getting pretty good. I miss. And I miss again. Oh my gosh. Do you know who went through that journey? All of the professional basketball players on planet Earth went through that specific process that I went through. So I'm already a master. If I've made a decision to do that specific task again and again, hundreds of times a day, I'm literally standing on the shoulders of giants who did that exact activity. Exactly the same. Now, my shot might be different than theirs, perhaps, but I'll get just as good as them if I put in the exact same hours. But the most important thing that you need to understand about that process is that you already are a master if you start doing the thing that others have done in the past who are successful, which means you already are a success. The only thing that can stop you from it is if you stop doing that personal habit. It's got to be the right habit as well, but as long as it's the right habit in that specific industry that each of those successful people have actually done in order for them to get to where they are, you're going to be able to get better than those people if they stop practicing, right? If they keep practicing, then you have to do more than they do every single day in order to catch up. It's all about the skills, right? It's all about how that works. So if you understand the personal habit, that's the how. You just got to do that again and again. And you never stop. And you scale it upwards and do more of it. Volume first, and then you increase the quality of the work. Okay, number 2, you got to pay yourself first. This is the how. You got to understand the how of how to achieve all of your dreams. You got to pay your future self first. Okay, it's pay, P-Y-F, right? Pay yourself first, but it's actually PIF, P-Y-F-F, because it's your future you that you're paying. You're not paying yourself first, you're paying future self first. So when you get a paycheck, you take a percentage and you put it aside immediately. Okay, Rich Dad Poor Dad talks about it, but he talks about it for a few sentences. It should have been the entire book, pretty much, right? If half of the book had focus on that, it wouldn't have taken me 5 years or 10 years to freaking figure that out, right? If you can understand from the intensity that I speak with of start that process now, of setting aside 50% of your money, if not 75% would be even better, of all of your paychecks, and you set it aside to pay your future self first to invest in income producing assets, you know what's going to happen? You are now going to continuously increase the vision and clarity that, gosh dang, I'm going to be able to achieve all of these dreams and goals. It becomes easier and easier on autopilot when I'm having this habit of paying myself first. I'm improving with my personal habit, and I'm doing everything that all the masters have done in the past. I'm gonna achieve all of my dreams? Yes, you are. This is the how, man. This is the how. But remember, you gotta have the why, right? You gotta have the belief. I can, which you need to borrow from someone else. On-track community would be great, consistency coaching. And then you've got the how. The how is the personal habit, and pay yourself first. Okay, the next ones is exercise. You need exercise every day to keep your health at a good level. Not exercise that's going to risk injury and cause you, to be mentally depleted or ruined, right? But regular heartbeat exercise, cardio, weightlifting, in a wise manner so that you can keep improving doing hard stuff in your business life, okay? Next is sleep. You need your sleep. In fact, you might say that this is more important than exercise in many ways because you got to get your 8 hours. A lot of people are cheating on that. They're trying to be like, nah, man, I'm just going to sleep 4 or 5 hours a day and I'm going to work more. Bro, you're going to quit if you do that. I have so many people that they get mentally they don't manage to complete the journey, okay? Nothing good happens after midnight. Go to sleep and sleep 8 hours. Okay? Sleep is crucial. Exercise is crucial. And then, of course, eating wholesome foods and making sure that you don't eat sugar, right? Try to eliminate 95% of the sugar intake you've got in your life. Never have sugar in your house. And then stop eating processed foods. Prep your meals. eat wholesome. Because if you do those 3 things and take care of your health, that allows you to do the 80-hour work week. It's kind of insane, isn't it? You'll get all of your dreams. And then lastly, but maybe most importantly, let me explain journaling real quick. Journaling, pen and paper, okay? I do it every day. Every single day. I'll take a pen and I'll write down what I'm thinking about. This is how you stay insanely motivated on your journey towards success. You write down what you're thinking about, what's taking up your brain space, and then you also remember all the things that you want to achieve and want to do, and what are the things that needs to happen in order for you to achieve it. And then you get an epiphany, and then, like things go down in your journal. And because you journal and because you write down the things you want to achieve, you remember it throughout the day, because whatever you write down, your brain slows down. Have you noticed that? If you do it on your phone, if you do it on your laptop, it's going to be different because you can type faster than you think. When you write with a pen and paper, you cannot think faster or write faster than you think. And so your thinking slows down, which actually allows your brain to remember more of what you're actually writing down. And if you're writing down good stuff, then that's going to be with you throughout the day. And maybe next day, and maybe the following day, and things compound over time. And if you actually write down the things that you want to achieve on a continuous daily basis, morning and evening, your dreams are going to come true. Borrow my belief, never ever quit, and keep moving towards whatever it is that you want to achieve. Let's build this beautiful life and future together. The future looks bright, like Patrick Bet David says. Thank you so much for watching. You're awesome. I'll see you in the next one.